Yes, Your Highness, I know that you want to look good in front of the Dutch royal family, I do, but, Feyenoord's a very good team. Yes, I know if we don't make the group stages that the finances are going to take a hit. Your Highness, believe me, I'm aware of that. Oh, crap, I didn't realise it was quite that bad. Well, we better win then, hadn't we? Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Queen of the South on The Impossible Dream. It's Season 5, it's Episode 2, and today we are facing Feyenoord over two legs to get into the Europa Conference League group stage. And I was just sort of having a look around the finances, wondering, well, Feyenoord's a good team. What happens if we don't get through? It could set us back massively. We might need to sell players. Last season, we made a profit of 3 million, more or less, overall, so for the season. And if we go and have a look at the income here, now I know this will be difficult for people to see, so I'll try and talk through as much as possible what I can. The conference prize money was 6.25 million, a little bit more than that. The TV money was, what are we looking at here? The second one there. So just over 450,000. So that is, what's that, 6.7 million-ish. Now, I don't know, we can't see the breakdown of the gate receipts, for Europe, but let's say that is the extra 300,000 to get us to 7 million. If we don't have that, because there's nowhere for us to parachute, last season, of course, we could parachute down. So you take out the 7 million, that's from this number that we lose for this season, plus our wage bill is higher, and that gets very close to that number. We could find ourselves in debt at the end of this season if we don't win this tie today. And I don't know what to expect from Feyenoord, but I'm beginning to wonder if having $1 million in the scouting budget might need to change, to be honest, because it's iffy, isn't it? It's not looking particularly rosy if we don't get through this. And there's not too much to catch you up on off the field. We do have a few players back from injury. You can see Dominic Thompson here is recently back, as is Cameron McPherson. So those are two good bodies to get back fit. And Joe Hardy as well has come back, who has had a long-term injury from his loan spell. Came through our academy as a good long-term prospect as well. So let's catch you up what's been happening on the field. Of course, last episode we got the league season underway with a loss at Ibronx. Ibronx? I don't know how you're supposed to say it. People tell me I'm saying it wrong. I've always said Ibronx. So there we go. Ibronx. And anyway, so that means we had our second game in the league. It was against Motherwell. Let's see how it went. Walker opened the scoring with his first for the club. Davenport found McGrath to get our second, before Bermudez found himself in space to smash in our third. And Shakir Omar crossed for Lutzi to make it 4-0 at half-time. So, league campaign back on track. We were absolutely stunning in the first half. Walker got a goal, of course, from the club that we signed him from, and we just absolutely stomped them in the... And second half, to be fair, you can see from the XG tracker, we weren't that much worse. We just didn't have the goals to quite go with the performance. Strangely, Joe Lewis was only on the bench for them, so... Yeah, I mean, he would have been better. He wasn't going to start this season, so he had to move, really, didn't he? So there we go, 4-0, wonderful stuff. Next up, it was the second leg against Inter Turku. We got a comfortable 2-0 in the first leg. Let's see what happened in Finland. Bermudez gave us the lead, and then one possession for Shakir Omar to make it 2-0. Before Clark's cross found its way to Bermudez for our third. Right, so Morty has joined us for the recap. We were too good for them. You can see, again, XG tracker, they never in the game. So we got a nice early goal from Bermudez from the spot, and then just really never looked back. So Bermudez had a really good game, actually, as did Shakir Omar. And we are through, obviously, to face Feyenoord in the next playoff round. Next game, final game to catch you up on, was in the Betfred. It was the second round, our first game, of course, in the competition. It was against Inverness, newly promoted. Let's see how it went. Smith found Suljic, who put us ahead. But Inverness drew level to send the tie into extra time, before a goalmouth scramble was ended by Suljic to seal the tie. So this was a decent performance given the team we put out. We gave Smith a game at left wing back just to see what he could do, because if we are going to play like this more often than not, I want to find a way to keep him in the side. So he's a good attacking player, so we're going to just see how he goes. And against Inverness, And although they are newly promoted, they are still Premiership opposition, and he did quite well. Clockety had a good game. Suljic, very, very pleased with how it went, to be honest. So, yeah, we're through to the next round. I forget who we have in it. We'll be able to tell in just a second here, though. And that is, if we go to competition screen, it is Celtic. Oh, well, that should be nice and simple then, shouldn't it? Unbelievable. We might not get past the quarterfinals, which is where we were supposed to reach anyway, so that's fine. You can see from the league, only 2 games played, but a narrow loss to Rangers, a smashing of Motherwell. It's looking okay. We have hearts in between the two legs against Feyenoord, so I'll show you the highlights of that. But let's get down to action here and see what we're doing against Feyenoord. We're at home in the first leg. A reminder again, as much to myself as anybody else, there are no away goals, so it doesn't necessarily matter on that front. A 4-2-3-1 is what we're expecting from them, and this is the team that we are sending out. It's Eastwood in goal, McCallum, Walker, Bernard and Clark as the back 4, McGrath, Davenport and Irving in midfield, Bermudez in behind, Shakir, Omar and Lutzi, a bench of Stone, Cesar, Freeman, Thompson, who's back but not necessarily match sharp, Bayless, Suljic and Clockety. Let's hope we can... we need a lead, I think, to take to Holland with us, don't we? Netherlands with us. Alright, so we can see the team sheets here. How many names do we recognise? I recognise that name. I don't know if I've signed him somewhere before or looked at him. Luke de Jong. Was he at Sydney FC? There was a de Jong at Sydney FC. I can never remember which one it was. Joshua Xerxes there. So, you don't like it when you recognise names, do you? I want to be... No, have fun. There's no pressure on you here at all, boys. We're just going out there to have a little bit of fun. And they just look like they're Feyenoord. They're actually a pub team. Oh, alright, here we go. Pub team in a Feyenoord strip. That's the way we're going to look at it, isn't it? We're back at Kilmarnock's home ground, it looks like. And, well, I mean, the stakes for this game really couldn't be bigger. They're actually a little bit more defensively minded than what we were expecting them to be. To be honest, we didn't know what we're expecting. The scouts had no idea what they were. They didn't really tell me anything. Can we get an early goal? McGrath, ball in there. Bermudez, oh, he's gone down, has he? Oh, it's not a penalty, though. Bernard and Walker at the back. If they can keep it tight for us, we're every chance. But they need to play well, don't they? McCallum, can he get a cross in? He gets down to the byline. There's the ball in. It's a great ball in, and it's Omar Bermudez that gets the goal. A 4th of the season for him, and it's a nice early one. Let's hopefully try and settle these managers' nerves. Yeah, it wasn't when I was looking at the finances, and it was just, oh crap, we absolutely have to win this. And it's a good finish, isn't it? Not finishing 3rd last year, not giving us somewhere to parachute to. I mean, we're walking a tightrope. But that's okay as things stand, because 1 shot, 1 goal, and we've got defending to do. Ball in. It is away by Irving. It's going to get picked up, is it, by Bermudez? It is. Ball forward for Shakir Omar. Can he get himself in here? He takes it wide. That's fine. This player's getting forward. He goes back to McCallum. Can McCallum pick out a teammate? Here he goes again. Ball in. Decent. It's headed away, though, this time. Davenport wins it back, though. McGrath. He gets the ball forward. Cracking ball for McCallum. First time in, and again it's headed away. It's still there with us, though. Irving again to McCallum. 3rd time's a charm. And it is just over the bar from Shakir Omar. All right. Well, early signs, we can get in down their right-hand side, because McCallum has had a lot of space down there on a couple of occasions now. Oh, come on, come on. Is that Pascal Gross? Anyway, I think that's who it was. Davenport to McCallum again. McCallum, nice ball for Bermudez. Bermudez, he needs to get him to his left foot, doesn't he? It's out there again for McCallum. Again, he's got space. Again, the cross comes in, and again, it's a goal, and it's Shakir Omar this time, and it's 2-0 against Feyenoord. Oh, this is much, much better than anticipated. I think we keep attacking them because at the moment we appear to be way, way on top of this game. I mean, the argument, I suppose, against them being a decent side is, how long has it been since Feyenoord was a decent side, eh? They really haven't been for a while, have they? But also, if they were that good, would they be in the Conference League, or would they be, as a Dutch side, in a higher competition? So maybe I've been a little bit overly worried about them. And you look at some of the players we have. We do have some... Are you okay there, Morty? You just can't quite get comfortable, can you, mate? We've got another highlight. McCallum to Bermudez. Davenport back to McCallum. He's having a day out. It's Lutzi. Oh, and Lutzi's got a 3rd. And what was I worried about? It's 3-0. And this should be us. Look at McCallum. He's going to play a 10 the way he's going. And it's not even half time yet. We're 3-0 up. Morty looks like he's finally comfortable. I feel a lot more comfortable as well, Morty, to be honest. Yeah, I'd be on my back asking for belly rubs as well. And there we go. Excellent, excellent stuff. We want to be able to rest players. McCallum is now playing a 10. He has had a cracking first half. And I wonder if we look to give Thompson a bit of game time just to get some minutes into his legs. The plan was for him to start against Hearts. But I'm wondering, having seen this, if what we actually want to do is rest McCallum. We can't be complacent. I mean, I'd love to say go out there and relax again, guys, but let's just not throw away the 3-goal lead that we have. Yeah, I wonder if it's actually an opportunity now to rest players and put out a stronger side against Hearts than I was anticipating being able to do. We'll just keep praising. Yeah, I mean, it seems silly to take McCallum off, but Thompson needs minutes in his legs, and this is a perfect opportunity to do it. They've made a triple sub. And yeah, I mean, it's all coming. Oh, Thompson's got an injury now. Have we signed a sick note? Was he a sick note at Brentford? That sounds a little bit familiar now I say that out loud. Hopefully it's just a kick in the shins or something, but I don't want to risk it. Second half is ticking by. To be honest, that's fine because we've done the hard work. Let's give it a demand more. See if we can go and get another goal. But I'm okay with 3-0. I'm sure, given how they're feeling, they're probably okay with 3-0 as well. It's too late now. They're not going to be able to play on the weekend anyway, are they? And we've made 2 subs, so I don't want to make a 3rd sub at this point and find ourselves to 10 men and then have somebody else get a knock. Come on, boys. Can we get a 4th? Mitch Clark brings it down nicely. Twisting and turning. Back to Bernard. To Walker. He strolls forward. Good ball for Freeman. Now he's going to be on his wrong side there, isn't he? Davenport to McGrath. Is he going to unleash? He goes wide to Clark. We've got all the room on the other side now. There's a ball in. Oh, it's a good block for him, to be fair. And Shakir Omar is denied a second goal of the match. McGrath now to take the corner. Can he find a big head in there? Oh, it's well taken by the keeper. We get it. They've made 3 subs. Jesus Christ, game. We'll give them some praise. And, well, that is a battering of Feyenoord. And the second leg, I mean, it should be a bit of formality. I'm wondering if we actually want to see the Hearts game instead. But the Feyenoord Stadium is one of the great ones. Not that you really get to see it here, I suppose. But 3-0, wonderful work. And McCallum with a 10. So, young Queen of the South, shine. We sure did shine. It was just a bruised ankle for Thompson, so that's fine. We'll give him 90 minutes against Hearts, and that will hopefully resolve itself. Well done to McCallum. He had literally the perfect game according to the game. And guys, wait right there. We'll play through the Hearts game. We will be back for the second leg, and then hopefully a group stage draw for the Conference League as well. So before we get to the second leg, we do need to announce the winner of last season's Goal of the Season competition. It was a Colby Bishop goal. It was against FC Copenhagen. Let's take another look at it. And we can see here, it's a ball over the top. Here it comes. And oh no, it's through the middle, isn't it? And what a finish that is from Colby Bishop, Goal of the Season last season. All right, here we go. We are getting ready for the second leg. Quick update on some internationals. These are our latest call-ups. So 2 seniors. And Clockerty getting caught up to the Scottish under-19s, which is good. Clockerty is, it doesn't look like he's developing, but he is. We can see it on field. He's getting better and better and better. Now, speaking of Clockerty on field, he was on field for the game against Hearts in the league. So let's go see how that went. We took an early lead when Clockerty's knocked down, found Bishop. And Suljic capped some nice passing to make it 2-0 at half-time. Before Hearts pulled one back late on. So to be honest, this was an even game, and I think, well, I mean, most of the match stats sort of show that, don't they? But we just took our chances a little bit better. Suljic, he's really, really good. I've been playing him in this number 10 role, He really, I mean, he actually directs the show for us. He's excellent, really, really good. Thompson got 90, well, not quite 90 minutes, but he got some game time in. His recovery from injury is going well. McPherson, back from injury as well, got some game time. It was good. It was good. And particularly given that it was more or less a second string side against the team that beat us to third last season, to go and beat them, it's just nice, isn't it? So you can see the league table there. 3 teams above us on 7 points. And yeah, just a point back, there we sit. So not too bad. Who have Rangers and Celtic? Do they play each other? No. I tell you what, Rangers weren't overly impressive when we played them. So maybe this is going to be a relatively even season. Time will tell on that front. But we are 90 minutes away from a group stage that will financially stop us from entering ruin this season. You can see whether the scouts get it right or not, but we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 from them. And this is the team that we're sending out. It's more or less the same 11. Eastwood in goal, McCallum, Walker, Bernard, and Clark, McGrath, Davenport, and Irving. It is, it's the same team, isn't it? Bermudez, Shakir Omar, and Lutzi. We have had to promise McGrath more football. I mean, he's playing a bit. He is first choice, but I think it's maybe the rotation at the start of the season that's annoyed him, which I really wish there was a way around sort of to explain to the players that was what was happening. But anyway, I guess players want to play all the time, don't they? All right, so we can see the team sheet there. It's most of the same names. Some of the subs are starting. Some of the starters look like they're on the bench, but more or less that is the same team we faced last time. And, well, I think we just got to enjoy the match again, don't we? I don't want to put any extra pressure on them because we're in a good position, as I've made... Oh, no, there we go. We got it back. All right, and here we go. I don't know if you can hear Ava screaming in the background, but she's very excited for this second leg. And if you hear a weird noise, that is Morty on my knee. At this point, he is well and truly passed out and snoring away, so I'm not sure if the mic's going to pick that up. But I wish I could put the camera down. He is just out. Shakir Omar. Oh, we can't quite get the pass through to Lutzi. First goal here is important, isn't it? If we get the first goal, that's just about tie done. It will kill them off any hope. And Shakir Omar just goes on right on cue and gets the goal. It is 4-0 on aggregate, 1-0 on the night. And that should be that now, shouldn't it? There are no away goals, of course. If there were away goals, that would not quite 100%, but 99.9% kill the tie off. But 4 goals will get them level with us. From what we've seen from them so far, this tie through 95 minutes, they don't have 5 goals in them. They don't have 4 goals, but hopefully they don't have a goal in them. And there's some good names. Endo's a good, solid midfielder from Japan. There's some decent team they've got there, although they're probably older a little bit now, aren't they? Pascal Gross is probably in a similar situation. Yeah, I don't really see the need to rotate players here. We've got McGrath looking complacent, which isn't ideal. Walker's joined him. And, well, if the game wants to tick by, I'm happy for it to do just that. I'm really, really grateful we're going to be in this group stage unless something goes horribly wrong. Nice flick on there to find Lutzi. Irving back to McCallum. Another ball. There it is for McGrath. Can he find a finish? McGrath. No, it is saved. Well saved by the keeper. Oh, Morty's woken up. What are you doing, mate? Door's closed. You're not going to be able to get out. McGrath with a corner. Decent. Back post. It's Bernard, but it's away. And I think you can hear Ava crying, and that's what's upset Morty. Lutzi gets, I'm not sure, it was more of a hack forward than a pass, but he gets onto it. There's a good ball. Can he keep it in? Not quite. Oh, that just slightly overhit, wasn't it? Otherwise, there may well have been a tap in for Shakir Omar. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot of background interference for me. Yeah, just may have been able to pull it back there for Omar to get his second, but not quite to beat. You okay there, Morty? So is this going to be the halftime score? I'm tempted to make subs, but we're just in that rotation part of the season. Our keeper's come a long, long way. Clark has done well to block the clearance. Now, can we catch him out of position? Not quite. We keep possession, though. McGrath back to Davenport. Irving. The midfield trio. It's Bermudez! Oh, that is stunning. Omar Bermudez. He was unlucky not to get goal of the season with his strike against Motherwell last season. That just about might have won it this season. It's a stunning strike against Feyenoord from our South American. He's not officially a wonder kid, but let's christen him in that anyway. from behind the goal. This could be very special. That is absolutely stunning from Omar Bermudez. 2-0 on the stroke of half-time. And that is, what do you think, Morty? Exciting, isn't it? And there is another highlight. But 5-0 on aggregate now. I mean, you almost feel bad for them. And I mean, I lost sleep over this tie. Can you believe that? Unbelievable. They are just not the Feyenoord that I was expecting to come up against. I wonder if they got Dirk Kuyt on the bench. That might be their only way back into this. How old's Dirk? He must be ancient at this point. Not ancient, he's probably my age, but certainly well past his prime. He retired a couple of years ago. I'm fairly sure I remember the whole Dirk Kuyt last game thing at Feyenoord. I always love when a player goes back to the club that where it all started for them. Oh, and that is off the line. Saved well by Eastwood, then off the line by Bermudez. That'll be half-time. I've got a Morty hair on my glasses, which is doing my head in. There we go. That gets rid of that. And, well, what do we want to say to this here? We're ahead on the scoreboard. That's, well, no more to say. Need to say anything more there, is there? Now, do we want to make subs here? We possibly do. Let's get the game underway. You know what we probably want to do, actually? If McGrath's going to want to start games, we probably don't want him playing 90 minutes here because he'll then be tired for the next one. So we'll get Bayless on, who needs a bit of match time anyway. McCallum hasn't had the same impact in this one, so we'll continue. Thompson's a little bit tired. Maybe I don't want to risk that, actually. It's always a tightrope to walk, isn't it, when someone's coming back from injury, getting them fit as quickly as possible, but then you can have the risk of overplaying them as well. McCallum lunges in, which wasn't really necessary. Lutzi back doing some defensive work. Clark misses his header. It's a little bit of Benny Hill stuff just now. Ball in. Oh, that's not good, is it? That's poor defending. It's 2-1 on the night, 5-1 on aggregate. It shouldn't make a difference. But Mitch Clark needed to do a little bit better there. And then, look, no one is anywhere near him. That's really Davenport's got to be a little bit more aware there, doesn't he? And maybe the defence push out a little bit quicker. But hopefully that'll just wake us up. It would be nice to get a win on the road. McCallum is not having a great game. So let's get Thompson on. He should be able to do, 15 minutes? That should be fine. And we've got more defending to do. I would like to win on the night, guys. Eastwood, is that? No, hit the post. Maybe just a focus. We have definitely... We're looking complacent, aren't we? And in the end, Feyenoord probably were the better team on this night. But we got the work done early. And we will be going into the draw. And I don't know, we hopefully shouldn't be a fourth pot side this time around. But it's the Conference League. There's not going to be too many strong sides there. Yeah, we were arguably quite poor second half there, weren't we? And we've got away with it a little bit. But we do get the win on the night. That's a good thing. And on we go. And in the end, it was that stunning Bermudez goal that gets us across the line. So we've got the money for that. We will be going off to the draw momentarily. So I'll see you for that. All right, so we have our 2.5 million in the bank. That is... well, I wouldn't say a lifesaver, but it's certainly nice, isn't it? And we do go off for the draw now. We've been seeded second. Very, very nice indeed. All right, so the top seeded teams, we have Leicester, Bayer Leverkusen, that Hungarian team I'm not even going to bother trying to say, Cluj, Napoli, Red Star, Servette, I think you pronounce that, and Getafe. So there's a couple of decent teams there, isn't there? We'll just click through and get this out of the way as quickly as possible. I mean, the Hungarian team is probably the one that you want, isn't it, of those? No disrespect to them, or maybe Cluj, but I think that's just a reality. So in our pot, we have Trabzonspor, Legia Warsaw, ourselves, Angers, is it, from France, Maccabi Tel Aviv, from Israel, obviously, Apoel Tel Aviv, Tiraspol, and AGF from Denmark. So let's see who we get here. We'd like to avoid the obvious teams, Napoli and Leicester. Bayer Leverkusen we've avoided. Actually, probably all of the... Oh, because Getafe. I was going to say all that top row we'd like to avoid. Anyone on the second row would have been nice. But it is Getafe. We have a La Liga side in the group, which will be tough. Now, potentially that could put us in a tough spot here. We've got a Portuguese side, I can't say. It's behind my head. So it's not going to do you any good can I kind of move? I don't know if you can see that. They have some wonder kids that I'm desperate to sign. So that's not an easy draw. Tbilisi, that's what do they used to be called? Steaua Bucharest, isn't it? Panathinaikos, Hibernian. We won't be able to get Hibernian. Zurich, Ustad, and a Turkish side. Love a Turkish side. Wouldn't mind Dinamo Tbilisi. We're not going to get the Turks. We are going to get Zurich. So this isn't the easiest group, is it? Zurich, I imagine, will be a decent side. Again, we've got to remember that they're in this league for a reason. But as far as Swiss football goes, you know, that's aside from maybe Bâle or Young Boys, that's probably the third best team. Well, that's certainly the impression they have. The fourth, how is Moscow? CSKA Moscow, fourth. We're going to get them, aren't we? We've got a Ukrainian side I've never heard of. We've got a Slovakian side I can't pronounce. We've got an Albanian side I can't pronounce. We've got another Desna something or other from the Ukraine. I can't pronounce any of these. Dujgardens and an Icelandic team. I kind of want CSKA in Moscow now just because I can say it. Let's see who we get, though. There's weaker teams in this one, isn't there? I wouldn't mind a trip to Iceland. Hey, we get a trip to Iceland. So there we go. That is going to be our group. Getafe, Zurich, and the Icelandic side. Again, I'm no chance of pronouncing that, but that's not a bad group. Looking at that, I would imagine it's going to be, you would think, between ourselves and Zurich as to who gets out of it. I don't know how good Getafe is going to be. If we look at La Liga, Getafe are currently 14th, although only 2 games in. They've lost to Saragossa and they've beaten Alaves for whatever that's worth. So, yeah, let me know how you think we'll get on. I think we're in a battle for second. We could top it, I suppose, if we get the better of Getafe, but we'll find out next time, because next episode will be the opening game of the group. It will be St. Mirren in the league and then Zurich. I don't think we want to see a quarterfinal versus Celtic, do we? We're probably going to get beaten. So it'll be the league against St. Or do we? We probably do, don't we? To be honest, as a bit of a spoiler alert, I'm probably, given that we're playing them in the league in a few days later, I'm probably not going to put out a strong side in that one. So we'll come back for St. Mirren and Zurich to get the group stage underway. And that will, of course, be next episode. If you have enjoyed that, though, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And, well, the season's coming along nicely. We've got to where we needed to be for finances. And now anything else is a bonus. Take care.